the match that stops the world has arrived, El Clásico. Real Madrid versus Barcelona, the eternal duel, the game that defines legacies and rewrites seasons. It's not just football, it's a war of ideas, philosophies, and pride. And this time, the stakes couldn't be higher, because if there's something recent history tells us, it's that Barcelona have owned this fixture. 4 meetings last season, 4 Barcelona wins, a 4-0 demolition at the Bernabeu, and a staggering 16 goals scored across those games. Since Hansi Flick took over, the Catalans haven't just beaten Real Madrid, they've humiliated them. Flick's tactical precision and emotional control turned every Clásico into a masterclass. But this is a new season and the story feels different. Barcelona arrive as second place in La Liga, walking a finer line between brilliance and vulnerability. This version of Barca is defined by the maturity of Lamine Yamal, who at just 18 plays with the courage of a veteran and the audacity that's driving Madrid's defenders insane. Add to that Marcus Rashford, with 11 goal contributions in 12 matches, Fermin Lopez fresh from a hat-trick, and Pedri, who's becoming the heartbeat of the team, yet not everything is perfect. The defence looks fragile, a warning sign Flick cannot ignore, especially with Lewandowski, and Rafinha both likely to miss the trip to the Bernabeu. Meanwhile, Real Madrid enter the Clásico as La Liga leaders under a Xabi Alonso project that's starting to look better.
Este es el nuevo Madrid, José, lo dijimos al final del Mundial de Clubes. Es el nuevo Madrid, y aquí el que no curra o el que no le salen las cosas al banquillo. Aquí no hay intocables. Y Xabi Alonso lo que lo va a hacer es cometer los errores que, por ejemplo, cometió Carlo Ancelotti, que ha cometido Zidane. Xabi Alonso viene con la carta blanca para hacer lo que le dé la gana.
They now possess the deadliest duo in Spain, Kylian Mbappé and Arda Güler. Mbappé is playing like the best footballer on the planet. 15 goals and 2 assists in 12 matches, a one-man chaos generator. Güler, with 5 assists and 2 goals, is becoming the perfect creative partner. Add to that Bellingham's return, Vinicius rediscovering his spark, and a backline that looks rejuvenated. Gone is Lucas Vázquez. Now there's Álvaro Carreras. Tchouaméni has hit his prime, and Dean Huijsen well. He's either about to be Lamine Yamal's new toy or Madrid's next great centre-back. The question is whether Xabi Alonso can finally prove he can win big games with Madrid, because in the defining moments against PSG, Atletico, he's often left exposed. Now, with the Clásico at stake, his credibility will be tested. This isn't just another match, it's for the leadership of La Liga, for pride, for power. It's a reflection of 2 ideologies colliding, Flick's calculated chaos against Alonso's controlled precision. In this Clásico, both teams play for more than 3 points. They play for dominance, for history, and for the right to call themselves the true kings of Spain. Barcelona's recent dominance over Real Madrid has been nothing short of emphatic. 4 consecutive victories, 2 of them in decisive matches for major titles, the Copa del Rey and the Spanish Super Cup. In each of those encounters, there was one player who completely took over the stage, one name that Madrid still can't get out of their heads, Lamine Yamal. In the first clash at the Santiago Bernabeu, a stunning 4-0 victory for Barcelona, Lamine scored a world-class strike that silenced the Santiago Bernabeu. Then came the Supercopa de España final, where once again the young prodigy changed everything, scoring the equaliser in a thrilling 5-2 win for the Catalans. In the Copa del Rey final, when Barcelona seemed finished and Madrid looked set to lift the trophy, Lamine appeared once more. He provided 2 key assists, the most decisive to Ferran Torres, to take the game into extra time. And the second that led to Koundé's 3-2 winner. To finish the season at Montjuic, the teenager sealed a 4-3 victory with yet another spectacular goal. Another win in this upcoming Clásico would see Barcelona equal Madrid's record streak from 2020 to 2022, when they won 5 consecutive meetings, 4 in La Liga and 1 in the Spanish Super Cup semi-finals. Every time Madrid step onto the pitch against Barca, they carry the weight of Yamal's brilliance. And that's the other story within this story, Lamine Yamal versus Kylian Mbappe, the personal rivalry shaping modern football. Yes, Mbappe is in the form of his life the best player in the world right now, but when it comes to direct duels, Yamal has been his kryptonite. Out of 8 official matches between them, Lamine has won 7. Mbappe's only victory came in the Champions League, while the Spaniard has beaten him to a Euro title. A Supercopa, a Copa del Rey, and a La Liga crown. Whenever these two clash, Yamal somehow finds a way to come out on top. This Clásico isn't just about tactics, it's personal. In recent days, Yamal has ignited the fire even more with his explosive remarks. On a stream with Ibai, he claimed that Real Madrid always rob.
Para ti porcinos es el Madrid, ¿no?
Sí, roban a los... O sea, se quejan, hacen...
Ah, en Madrid roban, ¿no?
Madre mía. Hombre, a ver.
Esto no es discutible. En Madrid roba...
Calma.
That going to the Bernabeu isn't difficult.
Don't think too much about losing, right? And you have to score at the Bernabeu. Yes, I've already done it. Don't you remember?
Yes, but you have to score on Sunday. You're going to lose, but oh well. No, I can't. I can think of something. But are you going to score on Sunday or not? What do you
Think? I don't know. The Bernabeu is difficult. Yes, well, for Barca, right? The last time I went, how long? 04.
And that no matter how many goals Madrid score, they can't beat Barca. He even joked that Dean Huijsen, Madrid's young defender, is his new toy. Those words have sent shockwaves through Valdebebas, where Real Madrid's players reportedly took Yamal's comments as a blatant show of disrespect to the code between professionals. Though some veterans claim they're not surprised at all by his attitude, his name was the main topic at Friday's training session. The stage is now set. The rivalry has gone beyond the tactical. Its pride, its ego, and its personal war. Lamine Yamal contra Mbappe, Barcelona versus Real Madrid. The Clásico is about to explode. Both teams arrive at this Clásico with momentum and with everything on the line. It's a clash charged with adrenaline, pride, and consequence. Neither Real Madrid nor Barcelona will want to drop points, especially after both sides secured crucial victories in the previous round. Real Madrid come into the match after a narrow but important 1-0 win over Getafe, a result that kept them at the top of the table. Their recent form has been mixed though. 3 wins and 1 defeat in their last 4 league matches. In that stretch, they've scored 12 goals and conceded 7, showing both their attacking firepower and the occasional cracks in their defensive structure. Still, they remain unbeaten at home this season, 4 consecutive matches without defeat at the Santiago Bernabeu, and the atmosphere in Madrid is electric. The fans know that a win here could create a serious gap at the top of La Liga. Barcelona, meanwhile, approached the Clásico after a hard-fought 2-1 victory over Girona at Montjuic. Like Madrid, their recent record reads 3 wins and 1 loss, with 11 goals scored and 7 conceded across those games. The numbers reveal a side that has rediscovered its attacking rhythm, but is still showing some defensive inconsistencies, something Hansi Flick will be desperate to fix before facing Mbappe and company. Historically, this rivalry has been defined by balance and pride. In 256 official Clásicos, Real Madrid hold a very narrow edge, with 105 victories and 440 goals scored, while Barcelona have recorded 104 wins and 435 goals. There have also been 52 draws, proving that these encounters are almost always decided by the smallest margins. Each Clásico writes a new page in history, and this one could easily shift the balance once again. In their recent head-to-heads, however, Barcelona hold the psychological advantage. In the last 5 La Liga meetings, Barca have won 3, with Madrid taking 2. The most recent clash, on 11th May 2025, ended 4-3 for Barcelona, So the stage is perfectly set. Real Madrid sit top of the table with 24 points, 8 wins and 1 loss, while Barcelona trail just behind with 22 points, 7 wins, 1 draw and 1 defeat. A win for the Catalans would not only put them back on top, it would send a clear message that their dominance over Madrid in recent Clásicos wasn't a coincidence. Both teams are sharp, confident and full of stars. The question is simple: who will blink first? Hansi Flick has openly admitted that Barcelona are not yet at the level they reached last season. The German manager knows it. The team's positioning has been inconsistent, the pressing intensity has dropped, and injuries have disrupted their rhythm. With key absences like Rafinha, Lamine Yamal, Fermin Lopez, Gavi, Joan Garcia, Dani Olmo and Robert Lewandowski, Flick has had to rebuild dynamics every few weeks. Still, the results haven't been catastrophic. Barca have won 2 of their 3 Champions League games, losing narrowly to PSG in the final minutes, and they sit just 2 points behind Real Madrid in La Liga. Performances, however, have fluctuated. Rayo Vallecano nearly beat them early in the season. Sevilla scored 4 against them, and Girona came close to stealing points last weekend. Yet, their dramatic win against Girona and their 6-1 demolition of Olympiacos in midweek have reignited belief. Fermin Lopez looks sharper than ever. Lamine Yamal has returned from injury, and Marcus Rashford is now fully adapted to the system. To truly hurt Real Madrid, Barcelona's hope rests on 4 key figures: Marcus Rashford, Pedri, Fermin Lopez and Lamine Yamal. Each one brings a weapon Flick will count on to expose Madrid's structure. Marcus Rashford has quickly become indispensable. Though he prefers operating from the left, he's shown he can also play centrally, and that flexibility has been crucial. He's filled in seamlessly for Rafinha, cutting inside with power and using his shot from distance or second-line runs to great effect. In just 12 matches, he's scored 5 goals and provided 6 assists, a goal contribution every 73 minutes. His display against Newcastle showcased his long-range strike and aerial ability. While against Sevilla, his diagonal runs caused chaos. In the Champions League, he was unstoppable, netting twice and winning a penalty while playing as a number 9. Those €30 million the club paid for him now look like a bargain. Alongside him, Fermin Lopez represents the soul of Barca's intensity. After a difficult summer where his future seemed uncertain, the academy gem has exploded back into form. With Dani Olmo still injured, Flick has confirmed that Fermin will start against Madrid, and he arrives at his peak. His hat-trick against Olympiacos made him the 2nd youngest player in club history to score 3 in a Champions League match. He's confident, tireless, and the perfect player to attack the right flank of Madrid, likely guarded by Federico Valverde, who, while adaptable, is not a natural right-back. That could be Barca's golden zone. Rashford's width and Fermin's interior runs will stretch Madrid's defence and open space for Lamine Yamal to exploit. And then there's Lamine Yamal, the young genius who thrives under pressure. The 18-year-old doesn't just play, he decides matches. Against Real Sociedad, he created an assist seconds after coming on, and against Madrid, he always shows up. His upcoming duel with Alvaro Carreras could define the match. Carreras handled him well last season when Benfica faced Barca, but this year, Yamal's game has evolved. He now averages 14.8 dribbles per 90 minutes and completes 6.4 per game, both the highest numbers across Europe's top 5 leagues, minimum 300 minutes. Flick himself highlighted that Yamal always rises to the occasion in big matches. His record backs it up: 3 goals against Real Madrid, more than he's scored versus any other team. With Rafinha, Lewandowski and Olmo sidelined, Yamal will carry Barcelona's attacking hopes once again. Finally, the orchestra's conductor, Pedri. Everything depends on him. When Pedri plays, Barcelona breathe differently. He dictates the rhythm, orchestrates the positional play and acts as the brain behind every collective movement. Flick knows that without Pedri, Barca lose harmony. Last season, when Madrid suffered that 4-0 humiliation, Pedri was the metronome, always available, always calm. He absorbed pressure, offered passing lanes, and dismantled Madrid's structure once they tired. On Sunday, Xabi Alonso will likely instruct Bellingham to shadow him closely, trying to disrupt Barca's build-up. But Pedri's composure under pressure could once again make the difference. He connects Rashford, Fermin and Yamal into one flowing attacking unit. If Pedri finds space and time to operate, Barcelona will find goals. If Madrid manage to isolate him, the Catalans' rhythm collapses. In the end, it's simple. Rashford stretches, Fermin attacks, Yamal destroys, and Pedri conducts. Those 4 are Flick's formula for another night of glory and the key to shocking Real Madrid once again. On the other side, Real Madrid arrive at the Clásico in excellent shape, sharper, faster, and far more dynamic than last season. There's a clear evolution in their game without the ball, more intensity, higher pressing, and a much more compact defensive structure. The influence of Xabi Alonso is evident. Madrid now press as a collective and defend with a purpose. But the biggest difference maker has been Kylian Mbappé, who is in the form of his life. The French superstar has scored in 10 of his 11 matches this season and looks unstoppable. While Vinicius Jr. is finally rediscovering his explosiveness. The attack flows better, and with Arda Güler as the creative spark behind them, Madrid's front line looks terrifying. The young Turkish midfielder has already provided 5 assists to Mbappé this season, showing that their chemistry is one of the most lethal partnerships in Europe. In La Liga, Madrid's numbers are outstanding. 8 wins from 9 matches, with their only loss coming in a wild 5-2 defeat against Atletico Madrid. Yet, that's where doubts still linger in big games. Alonso's Madrid have looked vulnerable when the stakes are highest, such as in the derby and in the Club World Cup semi-final against PSG, where they were dismantled by the French champions. That's the shadow Madrid will try to escape this Sunday. Like Barcelona, Madrid have their own set of key men: Thibaut Courtois, Kylian Mbappé, Arda Güler, Vinicius Jr., Jude Bellingham, and Alvaro Carreras, each with a specific role to play in dismantling the Catalans. Courtois, for instance, continues to be a game changer. His recent masterclass against Juventus in the Champions League, including a stunning save to deny Dusan Vlahovic, once again reminded the world why he's the best goalkeeper on the planet. Week after week, Courtois produces match-saving interventions that keep Madrid alive. In a Clásico like this, his presence could be decisive. Vinicius, meanwhile, could be the key to breaking Barcelona's defensive shape. His pace, unpredictability, and improved link-up play with Mbappé make him a constant threat. If the Brazilian can isolate Araujo or Cubarsí, he'll drag the Barca defence out of position, freeing space for Mbappé to attack the gaps. Flick's backline has looked unstable at times this season, and that's exactly what Madrid will look to exploit. But the real heart of Madrid's game, and the biggest danger for Barcelona, lies in the connection between Mbappé and Arda Güler. It's the most prolific duo in Europe right now. No other attacking pair has produced as many goals together this season. Güler has assisted Mbappé 5 times. and their combination play has become Madrid's deadliest weapon. Whether the Frenchman starts from the left or makes runs through the middle, Güler always seems to find him. Their understanding's almost telepathic, a connection built on precision, timing, and instinct. A perfect example came against Getafe, in a match that seemed stuck until Güler changed everything. With the game dragging on and Madrid struggling to create, the Turkish playmaker spotted Mbappe's diagonal run between Duarte and Jenny in the 85th minute. One perfectly weighted pass later, Mbappe was through on goal and Madrid had the winner. That's the chemistry Alonso has nurtured. One visionary, one executioner. This pattern has repeated itself across multiple games: Real Sociedad, Oviedo, Mallorca, and even in Europe. Each time the same story. Mbappe making the run, Güler threading the pass, the net bulging seconds later. According to Basoccer, they are statistically the most productive duo in European football, surpassing even Haaland and De Bruyne's numbers from last season. It's a two-way partnership too. Mbappe has already returned the favour, assisting Güler in the 1-2 comeback win against Real Sociedad. Now, facing a weakened Barcelona defence without Íñigo Martínez to lead and still adjusting to Flick's tactical tweaks, Madrid know this is their moment. If Mbappe and Güler can click again, and Vinicius finds the gaps between the fullbacks, Barcelona could be in real trouble. Because this time, the Frenchman isn't the same player who got caught offside 8 times the last time he played at the Bernabeu. This time, Mbappe is sharper, calmer, and ruthless. For Álvaro Carreras, this Clásico will be the biggest challenge of his young career. His assignment? To contain Lamine Yamal, the player who has made a habit of tormenting Real Madrid. Carreras managed to handle Yamal during their duels when he played for Benfica, keeping him quiet across 2 matches. But the version of Yamal that faces Madrid is something else entirely. Against Los Blancos, he transforms more aggressive, more daring, and seemingly fueled by the occasion. His ability to break defensive lines, isolate fullbacks, and destabilise structures makes him the most dangerous player for Madrid's defensive balance. Carreras will need to be perfect. Even the smallest lapse in positioning or timing could be fatal. On the other end, the key to Real Madrid's control will be Jude Bellingham. The Englishman thrives in chaos moments of improvisation, second balls, and bursts of brilliance that shift matches. He's not just a creator, he's a force of disruption. Bellingham lifts those around him. His tackles recover possession, his headers win duels, and his presence between the lines gives Madrid a bridge between midfield and attack. But in this Clásico, his mission is clear. Cut off Pedri's rhythm and then turn possession into danger for Madrid. Barcelona are vulnerable when pressed high and lose shape when the ball turns over. If Bellingham can exploit those moments, intercept, carry, and release Mbappe or Vinicius, he could easily become Alonso's secret weapon. Everything points to a tight, high-scoring Clásico. Both teams arrive with brilliance and flaws. Real Madrid suffer from avoidable red cards, the inexperience of Huijsen, and Militao's inconsistency, while Valverde's experiment as a right-back still leaves doubts. Barcelona, meanwhile, have their own cracks: Araujo's erratic form, Kubasi's youth, and uncertainty at fullback. Those weaknesses will shape the rhythm. Barca must exploit Madrid's improvised right side using Rashford's movement and Yamal's width to open spaces, while Madrid will look to stretch Barca's backline through Güler's vision, Mbappe's acceleration, and Bellingham's late runs into the box. Both sides have weapons that can destroy the other. Both also have vulnerabilities that can be punished. It's the perfect recipe for drama. Expected lineups suggest full-strength approaches from both coaches. Real Madrid, Courtois, Valverde, Militao, Huijsen, Carreras, Güler, Tchouaméni, Bellingham, Mastantuono, Mbappe, and Vinicius. FC Barcelona, Szczesny, Koundé, Kubasi, Eric Garcia, Balde, De Jong, Pedri, Lamine Yamal, Fermin, Rashford, and Ferran Torres. Every Clásico is more than a match, it's a statement of identity, and this one promises to be just that. Expect intensity, brilliance, and goals. But based on form, chemistry, and resilience, it feels like Hansi Flick's Barcelona will extend their dominance once again, edging it 3-2 in another unforgettable night at the Bernabeu.